Now, I don't want to speak too early and jinx it, but I don't know if you can tell, but it's snowing. And I brought gloves that don't have holes in. I've tried to do this shot maybe 3 or 4 times this winter, but every time it's not snowed, which is quite annoying, because it's like a 40-mile drive for me. So like 80 miles altogether, like there and back. But in one of the videos before, I shot some trees, so I'm doing like 4 seasons. So I'm gonna quickly get up there, and then I saw the trees from the motorway and there's a little bit of frost around them. So I'm thinking frost on the ground, then some movement with the snow, like in the sky. So that's the plan, but we'll see what happens now. There we go, we can see the trees now. Yeah, just down there. No. Still cars coming. It's quite nice because it's like, well, the motorway's not nice, but the motorway goes right down here. And like a few little farms dotted around. There's one there, and there's one right over there. So what the plan is that I want to get this shot in a bag, because I've been worrying about this one, to be honest. It's been quite a mild winter, but once done this, we probably could explore this area a bit. There's like a cool, like a viaduct, like the old school bridges, so probably check that out and then see what else is around here. So the setup I've gone for is the 5D with the 135mm. This lens hood should keep most of the snow out of it. I'll frame this up now. I think I'm going to keep the aperture to about 5.6, set the ISO to 50 and then find a shutter speed that matches. So it's going to be about 1/8 of a second. I think it's going to look good. What we're going to do is use a shutter release. It's going to be a bit of a slower shutter speed, so we'll plug that into the side. I usually don't have any restrictions on what I can shoot, but all 4 of these photos need to be pretty much the same, like framing, because they're going to go next to each other. So I've got it sort of central, just so I can put the grid lines on the back of the camera, and then it all lines up. So the middle of the heart's basically on the cross in the middle. A bonus thing about this is all the sheep are on like the left of the tree as we look at it. They're all sheltering on this bottom side and they're up against the wall. Then on that side there's nothing, so it's like, just adds a little bit more interest. Because if they weren't there, it would have just been fields. And there's a track that goes up to the right, but other than that there's not a lot really. So I'll just quickly run through the camera settings that I'm using. I've put it onto live view, just so I can focus it. So I tend to put it onto live view, then zoom it in. Then you can just focus on the bit that you want, and then fine tune it with the focus ring. And then settings wise, I've got it on 1/30th of a second at f2 and ISO 50 at the moment. I think I'm going to do some at f2 and then move it up to 5.6, then do f8 as well. I don't usually do that many. I usually just keep it at the 1 photo that I want, but because I don't think I'm going to get another chance of this winter, I want to get all the options in the bag, just so I've got options. Once this is gone, that's it really. So I'm going to get a few here. Then I might have changed my mind about going for an explore after this, because the forecast was for snow at 8, 9 and 10, and it's probably 9 o'clock now, so it could get better. So I'm going to get these, probably head back down to the car, see if it changes and stay there for a bit, and then head back up if it gets stronger. But we'll stay here for a little bit and see what we can get. I'm happy with those photos of the trees now. So I've swapped across to my 70. I've got the 400mm on there. And the sheep that I mentioned that are on the side of the tree, there's like some that are on the grass, like at the bottom of the heart shape, and then there's some that are in the trees next to the wall. And I picked out a single one. So it's like grass on this side, then there's the sheep here, then there's trees. The snow's getting everywhere. But I think it should be a nice balance of dark and light, and then the white sheep in the dark section might stand out. It's standing really still, so I'm getting away with quite a slow shutter speed. What am I on? I'm on ISO 100, f16, and then we're at half a second almost, and it's still sharp. Well, it looks sharp on the back of the camera. So it's snowing quite heavy on that side, so like I'm not too sure if I like it really, but you're getting like lines where the snow is with the long exposure, well, longer exposure. So I think I'm gonna do one with the long exposure and then one with a faster shutter speed. The only downside of that is I need to crank up the ISO. Another sheep just walked into my frame now though. We'll readjust it, because I don't want him in it, and then see what we get. I think I preferred the first one, but yeah, it's an option. Now I think I'm going to put the 5D with the 135mm back on, and then get a shot of that farm down there, like right over there in the distance. So I've got this other shot set up. It's looking towards the farm down there. I've done it before, and it's actually really similar to last time. It was not snowy, but it was grass, and then it was misty coming in from the top. And today it's like cloudy and sort of misty, and then almost identical, just a different season. So for the settings on this one, I've got it at f8 and ISO 100. What's the shutter speed? 1/10 of a second. There's not too much moving in that one. There's a few sheep on the left hand side, but other than that it's just grass, snow, clouds and buildings. And there's a train down there. I wonder if you get the cool looking trains down here, like them big steam trains. That would look cool if it was down that direction. I don't really know anything about trains, but yeah, I quite like that shot of the farm, so I'll put that onto the screen, let you have a look at that. But I think I'm going to end the video there. Didn't really get to explore, but that shot's more important because that's my job, and that's ticked it off the list. Being a landscape photographer is good, but you're in the weather's hands really, and I don't know what I'd have done if it didn't snow. I guess rain would have worked for winter as well, but snow just looks a bit nicer, and then I'll be able to send that to the client, let him have a look at it, and then yeah, I'm happy now. Actually, one last thing before I end the video. I've just changed around the print section of my website. So some of these ones will probably be available on there. I've changed it so there's like a filter on the left hand side, so you can just choose like the areas that you want. So this will be under howgills and trees, so you can just filter through, and hopefully it's easier for you. Any feedback on that would be appreciated, but I hope you like the video, and I'll see you next time.